Now, here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire.
Good evening, everybody. We're going to start off tonight in Glendale. I have a picture from Sandy Dare. It shows you the light snow they had over there by the Yellowstone River. Now, here's another shot of that same river and the bridge over it. You see in the background there, yeah, it's still snowing there. Here's the way it looks in Billings right now. And notice the streets, they got a little shine to them. They may be starting to get a little on the slick side. We have 22 degrees right now. And take a look. You can see the streets here a little bit better in the wide shot. Look at this big bank of clouds rolling over. You know what that is? That's our cold air starting to move in. Temperatures already dropping below our forecasted low, so we're at 22 degrees right now. Winds out of the northeast at 14 miles per hour. Gives us a wind chill factor that feels like 9 degrees, so very cold night out there. 34 degrees is our high. 8 degrees was where we started this morning. Here's your normal high, and the record 38 back in 1987. Record low is 25 below zero back in 1938. No measurable precipitation. We've had light rain and freezing rain in the city, but just very light sprinkles, and that's about all we've seen so far. So we're still ahead of normal for the month and still ahead of normal for the year at the 1.19. By the way, I was talking with a friend of mine who's a weatherman in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They've only had a quarter inch of precipitation the entire year. We beat them just the last 7 days. So yeah, we're doing well on precipitation. Our current temperatures are into the 40s out in the west, 47 over at Livingston. But look at this, 22 degrees in Billings. Back here in the east, we're into the single digits and teens here. So that cold air is just pouring down right out of Canada, and it's heading right past Billings. And we think it's going to continue to nuzzle up right against the mountains as the night goes on. These are our reported highs today. We had teens and 20s. Billings got into the 30s. Look at the 40s out in the west. It's been a nice day out there. But you'll notice here, there's the snow moving through the Billings area. The light freezing rain and drizzle, that's starting to move away. Up here, this is your next batch of snow. This is the stuff we think is going to stay north and east of the city, and eventually all that stuff will start pushing its way through here and then backing up in towards the northeast corner of the state tonight. And so by 6 a.m., most of that stuff gets jammed up here. But then by noontime, this whole system starts dropping. The wind changes and it all pushes right into the Billings area by 6 p.m. on Thursday night, right on into Friday, and the snow eventually starts pushing into Wyoming. So here's what we'll see. More cold air starts moving in on Friday night at 6 p.m. That's when our temperatures start dropping into the sub-zero range. And how much precipitation are we going to get? Well, it looks like by the time this thing's over and done with now, looks like Billings is probably going to get about 7¼ inches, about 10 inches over Miles City, a little over 9½, a little 9 over 3 inches over at Livingston. So still getting some significant snow out of this. Now tonight our temps will cool down to the single digits back here in the east, 20s in the central part of the state, and some 30s out in the far west. Here in Billings about 20 degrees, 16 tonight over at Roundup, 9 degrees at Miles City, and 1 at Sydney. Then tomorrow only into the single digits and teens, 34 in Billings tomorrow, 47 in Livingston, the far west, some 40s out there as well. But we're looking at a lot of snow showers moving right through here as the rest of tomorrow moves in here. So tonight at midnight it'll be 26 degrees, a 30% chance of rain mixing with snow. Wintry mix in the morning, 25 degrees. Wintry mix at noontime, 60% chance of that. And then by 6 p.m. it'll be all snow tomorrow, about 10 degrees and 80% chance of snow. So 34 degrees will be your high temp early in the day on Thursday, and then maybe down to 6 degrees for the high on Friday. Low that night down to 6 below. Saturday and Sunday, the storm's over with. We start pulling out of it and then back into the 30s by the time Valentine's Day gets here. What a perfect way to say I love you. It's 36 degrees. Back to Jay.